Hi, welcome to Profiling Evil by Mike King with Chris McDonough. We're here with Andy Moorman this morning. Andy, how are you doing?
I am so much better. I'm very relieved today.
Well, Chris, this was really important to us to get Andy up this morning. Why did we invite Andy here?
Well, Andy, we understand you may have some good news you want to share with everybody.
Oh, I do indeed. It's great news. Kind of got a Christmas present early, I think. Sheriff John Spezze has agreed to come on board with the search effort out there and to help in tremendous ways. And nothing could please me more.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic, isn't it, Chris? I mean,
yeah,
I think that says a lot about the mettle in that man to step up, because there has been a pretty incredible social push for his support in this. That's amazing.
Yeah, no, and Lauren at Fox 21 has really been, ringing his doorbell a little bit. So good to go. So we understand you have a press release. So I think, Mike, we have a copy of that press release that was shared to us.
Yeah, we had that forwarded over. It's from the sheriff to a number of law enforcement officials and to Lauren. And Andy, I know that you have seen this and had an opportunity to review it. But number one, I thought it was wonderful. They call it out, and I'm going to just read a couple of things. Andrew Moorman, brother of Suzanne Morphew, is organizing an independent search in the area of Suzanne's disappearance. This effort begins September 24th and will continue for a few days. Andrew will be leading several hundred volunteer searchers from various towns and states in his effort to find his sister. The Sheriff's Office and CBI, Colorado Bureau of Investigations, want to support this effort. I mean, what did that bit of news just do for you?
Good for you.
Brought tears to my eyes. Honestly did. I couldn't be more pleased. Those guys are really stepping up to the plate, and they're hugely important, and we need to work with them and let them give us guidance. And that is just hugely important. They bring 100 people to the table, and I'm sitting on about 400 right now. Now we're up around the 500 mark, and that's a doable number. It really is. I mean, I'll take some more, but we're up around 500. We can cover a tremendous amount of ground, and with their expertise and their know-how, I don't think anything can stop us now.
Yeah, it looks like their search and rescue units will be on hand to assist. Their crime scene guys will be available to document and collect any evidence that's found. CBI case agents will be on hand at this endeavor as well. So, Andy, it sounds like if you to your point, if you provide the manpower, the logistics of organizing, into what you're thinking, and then in a cooperative, cohesive effort with the sheriff's department and all the other law enforcement efforts, I think you're right. You can cover maybe property that they couldn't get to, and or areas that you would want to focus on from your own knowledge. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think we've gone from a coarse tooth comb to a fine tooth comb now. That's kind of the way I look at it.
It's a good analogy. That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Wow. And boy, I got chills when I heard about it, myself, and it's really exciting. We're very, very happy for your family. And I know you've been concerned about the Morphew family as well. I know you expressed that. Share with our audience what you think, your family is going through and theirs.
Well, this has been a tremendous struggle for all of us, and it's really hard to know how to behave and what to say and what not to say that may offend or offend people. And so my apologies to anyone if I've ever said anything that has been offensive. I get angry at times. You imagine my little baby sister gone, and that stirs up emotions in you. And maybe certain things come out of my mouth that shouldn't, and I do apologize for that. But the Morphew family are tremendous people. The two daughters are in pain right now. They need prayers, and the Morphew family needs prayers. And all these searchers, we need prayers, and we need to pray for the sheriff as well. And certainly give him thanks. And, he's just huge in this thing. And I know Sheriff John has been quiet, but I think there's a reason for that. And I'm sure we'll figure out why at some point, that he could be more boisterous. But the fact that he's stepping up just says a huge amount.
That's so kind that you would call those folks out personally. And I don't know, Chris, I'd like to add that those prayers need to go in Andy's behalf, as well as he and those that he's got around him to organize this thing have the inspiration and the insight that they need. And folks, that you're seriously thinking about your ability to help, and that when you do come, if you are registered, that you do have the ability to help. I suspect, Andy, you'll have differing levels of capability for people that maybe shouldn't be out trompsing through rugged country, but that still want to help. What are they going to do?
Well, you've got some older folks that want to be involved, and I welcome them. There is things for them to do organizationally. There's a huge amount of water that's got to be given out, paperwork. There are a lot of things they can do. So everyone is welcome. And we'll grade people's abilities, and we'll use them where they can best be used.
It probably goes without saying, Andy, but I would assume, people have acknowledged that they're doing this at their own risk, that there's the only liability is their own liability. I suspect you'll have something for them to sign there to make sure that the sheriff's office, everybody involved in this thing, is independently responsible for their decision to be there, and that this thing is about Suzanne. It's not about anything else.
No, absolutely not. Like I said, this is not money, and the best way that people can help me is volunteering. Now, if you can't volunteer because your health or your condition doesn't allow it, then, and you want to send a few dollars, don't break yourself. Just send a few dollars. It's all going to be spent on the searchers. I'm funding my own way out and back out of my own pocket. The rest of it is going to be shared with the searchers, fuel, food, and things of that nature. The people of Salida have stepped up to the plate big time. They're offering sandwiches every day and pizza. And there's a person that's offered pasture land and housing for horses and for horsemen and women.
Wow.
That's big. So, if there's some horseback people that want to get involved in this, I believe we can accommodate you.
So also on another really amazing, powerful note, we know that your dad has been suffering and dealing with melanoma.
He got his MRI results back and had a meeting with the cancer doctor. Dad's 87. And the doc says, look, Gene, you've got cancer in you. It's floating around in you, but your metabolism is slow. There's absolutely no reason to treat it right now. I can see no extra growth at this time. And so they're going to do every 3 months, they're going to do an MRI on him and make sure that it's not coming back. And if it is, then we'll deal with it. But at least he doesn't have to suffer through treatments at this time.
That's fantastic. I wanted to just put up, if folks want to donate, there's a link at the Profiling Evil website. It's the top part of the page, so you shouldn't have any problem finding it. You can donate to the GoFundMe to help support. If you've signed up and your situation or your circumstances changed at all, please let Andy know as quickly as possible. You can just just email us at profilingevil@gmail.com, and we'll forward that on to Andy. I want to apologize to you and to anyone on the Morphew family side because I sent out a Twitter early on, and looking on the GoFundMe page, I just addressed it to the people who were listed as the ones responsible for that account. This was not intended to be personal to anybody, and I really appreciate folks that have responded that they worried about that. This is about finding Suzanne and nothing more, and the fact that money was set aside to do that, and we hope that it goes to support you and help you. And I gotta Chris, just say again how as we've talked with Andy, how impressed I've been of his concern for the entire family, both sides of this horrible situation. And we extend our love from the PE family to them as well, because this is not about individuals. This is about Suzanne.
You know, I mean, this is all about me finding my little sister. It's not about pointing a finger. It's not about guilt. That's somebody else's job. I'm no good at that. What I could be good at is facilitating this search and maybe getting some success in finding her and getting closure to my family. And that's all I'm interested in. It's not a financial thing. This isn't, I want to be a hero thing. I just got to get this done. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, the only other thought I had is, folks, if you have information about the whereabouts of Suzanne Morphew, that you pick up the phone, you call the tip hotline. We'll have it down below. Please call CBI, FBI, Sheriff's Office, anybody that any information that you have, please call them.
Yeah, Sheriff John's a quality guy, I'll tell you. He's really come to the plate, and I could not be more pleased. It just brings tears to my eyes to know that he's going to be there. I need his help. Actually, and hopefully he needs our help. So maybe we can eliminate some of the budget issues out there by putting on this search, and eliminate some of the areas that they can't fund and afford to search at this time. CBI is hugely important, and any tips or information needs to go directly to them or the sheriff, and let them sort that out. Like I said, this is about me finding my little sister, and that's all there is to it. I have no interest in finding a guilty person. I have an interest in finding my little sister, and that's all. A great shout out to the people of Salida. You guys are champions for stepping up to the plate the way you are and welcoming us, and we'll be respectful of that while we're there as well.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you, Andy.
Okay, talk to you guys later. Thank you.
Okay.